You're looking at the world right now, but your brain is lying to you in a completely normal, everyday way. Your eyes are taking in millions of pieces of information every second. Colors and bright shapes, shifts in the temperature, tiny movements around you. Reality is simply too big, too overwhelming, and too fast for your conscious mind to process in real time. So your brain developed a shortcut. This animated flowchart outlines a mechanism called predictive processing. Your brain doesn't actually wait for reality to happen. It predicts reality first, and then verifies it afterward with the incoming sensory data. What you experience as seeing the world is actually your brain serving up its best, highly educated guess about what exists outside your skull. Most of the time, that guess is incredibly accurate. You never notice the system working until the environmental conditions break your brain's expectations. Take this classic illusion. A cylinder casts a shadow across a checkerboard, making these two marked squares look like completely different shades of gray. But strip away the surrounding context and they are the exact same color. Your brain actively edited the lighting. The brain isn't trying to show you objective reality, it is trying to show you a useful reality. And if it automatically alters basic lighting without your permission, it alters everything else too. Most people imagine human memory functioning like a video recording, storing objective files you can play back later. Neuroscience shows that memory is entirely reconstructive. Every single time you remember something, your brain is forced to rebuild the event from scratch. Because the brain hates uncertainty, it automatically fills in missing details during that rebuilding process to create a coherent narrative. That habit explains why eyewitness testimony is notoriously unreliable. Two people can experience the exact same event and remember it entirely differently. Neither person is lying. Their distinct predictive filters simply patched the gaps in the data differently. To understand why the brain operates this way, you have to look at early human history. Imagine an early human hearing movement in tall grass. If their brain waited to process perfect information to confirm a predator, they would become dinner. Prioritizing fast guesses over perfect accuracy kept our ancestors alive. In the modern world, we still run on that survival hardware. If your brain becomes trained to expect danger, embarrassment, or failure, it begins treating those internal predictions as actual reality. That is why your heart races before an event even happens. It's why an imagined conversation can trigger real stress, and why overthinking feels physically exhausting. Modern anxiety is simply your body responding to your brain's aggressive survival predictions, almost as strongly as if they were actually occurring. You can spot this filter updating in real time. If you buy a new pair of shoes, you suddenly notice everyone wearing them. The world didn't populate with new items overnight. Your reality filter just shifted its priorities to start rendering them. This becomes highly disruptive when emotions get involved. If your brain predicts rejection, it will automatically edit a neutral facial expression to look hostile. It will interpret a delayed text message as intentional malice. Scientists studying perception discovered an unavoidable consequence to this. This timeline illustrates a measurable delay between an objective event happening in reality and your conscious awareness of it. During that gap, your brain processes the sensory input, predicts outcomes, and heavily edits the footage before showing it to the conscious self. You never experience raw reality directly. You only experience the compressed, pre-packaged model the brain serves up milliseconds later. Realizing you live on a slight delay sounds unsettling at first, but it highlights the extreme flexibility of the human experience. Because the brain builds its reality model out of learned predictions, those predictions can be systematically relearned. We see it happen constantly. Athletes train reactions until complex movements become completely automatic. People recover from trauma by weakening old fear responses over time. The brain is entirely adaptive. You are not trapped by your initial programming if you choose to train a new set of predictions. Once you understand how the machine works, you gain a very practical freedom. You no longer have to blindly trust every fearful thought or emotional assumption that enters your mind. When you face stress or conflict, you can stop and ask a highly useful question. Is this objective reality or just my brain predicting it? Because sometimes the biggest prison we face is rarely the outside world. It's the invisible, editable filter through which we view it. If you want to keep exploring the strange mechanics of the human mind, subscribe and stick around for the next video.